Hi everybody, how you doing? It's Don Clavin, Town Supervisor. Thanks for joining us here tonight at Point Lookout. We got a great show. First, we're going to have a ceremony honoring the men and women who've been there during this pandemic, our first responders and essential workers. Secondly, we got a great concert by Big Shot. And lastly, we are having fireworks under the stars. So stick around and don't go anywhere after the show. I'd like to thank all the board members for being here. In addition, a special shout out to John Durso from the Federation of Labor for helping us put it together. So again, on behalf of myself, Don Clavin, the entire town board, let's get in a Town of Hempstead state of mind and let's enjoy the show.
Hello, I am Senior Councilwoman Dorothy Gooseby of the Town of Hempstead. I'm happy to be here with you tonight. The COVID-19 pandemic certainly took a toll on Long Island, especially from a public health standpoint. We at the Town of Hempstead are so grateful for the frontline workers who came in every day to provide essential services to residents from day one of the pandemic. They put their lives on the line to help others, no matter what their role was. I'm particularly thankful for the brave men and women of our CSCA Local 880 of the Town of Hempstead, who provided essential services to residents without interruption. From our sanitation workers, to the cemetery staff, to our building staff, and all of the workforce, we are truly appreciative of their efforts and won't forget it. Tonight is a night when they receive a well-deserved recognition and round of applause. I am proud to join with Supervisor Don Clavin to salute our frontline heroes in honor of Labor Day. Happy Labor Day.
Welcome everybody, Councilman Tom Oscarella. The show is about to begin, but before that, I'd like to say this. Thank you for you becoming what we never knew existed, essential workers. During the time of the pandemic, when we needed people the most, you were there. This show is for you. Let the show begin. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Councilman Bruce Blakeman. It's an honor for me to join with Don and the other members of the town board in honoring our frontline workers. It's the hardworking men and women of our town and our county that make this such a great country. So I want to wish everybody a happy Labor Day, and again, congratulations to all the hardworking men and women who make this country go.
Good evening, Town of Hempstead. I'm Councilman Anthony D'Esposito, and I want to welcome everyone here to our concert and fireworks. I hope you all enjoy Big Shot and have an awesome night. I want to take this opportunity to thank our frontline workers who not only stood the line, but continue to hold the line during this pandemic. We are forever indebted to you. Have a great night and happy Labor Day.
Hi, I'm Councilman Chris Carini. As a former police officer, I have the utmost respect and admiration for our frontline workers. Thank you for all that you've done during this pandemic, and thank you for our service to our country. Enjoy the festivities.
Good evening. I'm Councilman Dennis Dunn. As a former United States Marine, I salute all the men and women who served on the front lines during this COVID-19 pandemic. We can never repay you for everything you've done for us during these difficult times. We hope that this evening's events will provide you with a little bit of fun, some entertainment, but we can never thank you enough. And I salute you. God bless you and God bless America.
Hi, I'm Kate Murray, the Hempstead Town Clerk, and I want all of our frontline workers to know that we will never forget the sacrifices that you and your families made for all of us in the Town of Hempstead. From the bottom of our hearts, we say thank you.
Hi, I'm Receiver of Taxes Janine Driscoll, and I want to take this opportunity to thank the many amazing essential workers for all they've done keeping our community running during these unprecedented times. Thank you to all who continue working hard for our community. Enjoy the show.
Hi, I'm John Durso, President of Local 338 and the President of the Long Island Federation of Labor. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Supervisor Don Clavin and the entire town board for recognizing essential workers, people in the labor movement, as we start to celebrate our Labor Day. You know, Local 338 members and the entire labor movement, we love our country and we love our communities. And every day they went out there and took care of the community during this pandemic. So we are very proud and appreciative of being recognized for the essential workers that we all know we were. And we are very happy that the town board and the supervisor recognizes that work. Have a great evening, and thank you very much for all that you have done to keep our community safe. Thank you.
If there's ever been a group of people willing to roll up their sleeves and get their hands dirty, it's the 65,000 men and women in the Building and Construction Trades Council of Nassau and Suffolk counties. Though the pandemic created many challenges, these dedicated tradesmen and women remained committed to their crafts, which include ironworkers, carpenters, bricklayers, plumbers, steam fitters, and so much more. Accepting the Frontline Hero Award on the union's behalf is President Maddie Arasich, who has advocated on behalf of residents from the offices of local legislators all the way to the White House. Please give a special thanks to Maddie Arasich and the men and women of the Building and Construction Trades Council of Nassau and Suffolk counties. The town of Hempstead is forever grateful to its nursing community for everything they have done to help keep residents safe and healthy during these difficult times. Just as they have cared for us, we are glad that the nurses are supported as well by the New York State Public Employees Federation. Accepting the Town of Hempstead Frontline Hero Award on behalf of nurses is New York State Public Employees Federation Region 12 Coordinator Nora Higgins. Please give a round of applause for all our nurses. Since 1937, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers has been giving power to the people. As one of the largest private sector labor unions on Long Island, IBEW Local 1049 represents members who perform electrical transmission and distribution, construction and maintenance, line clearance and tree trimming, gas line transmission, and many other services. With so many residents staying home over the past year and a half, it was more important than ever to ensure continued access to electrical and communications networks. We thank the men and women on the front lines of that effort. Accepting the Town of Hempstead Frontline Hero Award on behalf of IBEW Local 1049 is a dedicated advocate for all union activities. Please put your hands together for Business Manager Patrick Gadis. Famous sitcom character once said, "The mail never stops." But the mail doesn't send itself. That effort is led by local mailmen and women who deliver in rain, snow, and even during a global pandemic. Locally, these dedicated public servants are represented by the National Association of Letter Carriers, Branch 6000. We are thankful to this great union and its dedicated employees for continuing the essential service of mail delivery. Accepting the Frontline Hero Award on behalf of Branch 6000 is President Walter Barton, so please give a round of applause for our mailmen and women. Throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, healthcare workers have been there for the residents of America's largest township. And during that time, and for the past 90 years, 1199 SEIU United Healthcare Workers East has been there for healthcare workers. As frontline workers in hospitals, nursing homes, home care, clinics, pharmacies, and so much more, these outstanding men and women helped keep our residents safe. Accepting the Town of Hempstead's Frontline Hero Award on behalf of 1199 SEIU United Healthcare Workers East is Vice President William Key. Let's hear it for our healthcare heroes. Keeping Hempstead Town moving is the mission of the Transport Workers Union Local 252, representing transportation workers. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the men and women of TWU Local 252 worked hard to continue providing essential transportation services to the community. Today, we salute their selfless efforts, while also pausing to remember the 21 transportation workers who tragically died of COVID-19. Accepting the Frontline Hero Award on behalf of TWU Local 252 is the woman who helped organize the union she now represents as president. Please give a round of applause to Deborah Hagan and all of TWU Local 252. The most respected and appreciated group in our state over the past year and a half has undoubtedly been New York's nurses, and they are supported by none other than the New York Nurses Association. Whether you've been sick with COVID-19, gotten tested, or received your vaccine, every person in our state has been helped by a nurse at some point during the pandemic. Accepting the Town of Hempstead Frontline Hero Award on behalf of 42,000 frontline nurses is their champion, Marie Boyle. Please give a round of applause to Marie and the entire New York Nurses Association for their service on the front lines of the COVID-19 pandemic. If you're heading to a Broadway show, a New York Mets or Yankees game, or live in a local apartment complex, you can thank the men and women of 32 BJ SEIU for making it all possible. From working as cleaners, security officers, building engineers, school and food service personnel, these dedicated employees may keep a low profile, but they make a big impact throughout our community. Accepting the Town of Hempstead Frontline Hero Award on behalf of the union is a man who works right down the road from Hempstead Town Hall as the building superintendent for Park Lake residents. In the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, he and his wife, Natanya, were married in a virtual ceremony organized by Town Clerk Kate Murray's office. Please give a warm welcome to David Pope and all the dedicated members of 32 BJ SEIU. Police officers have always been tasked with protecting and serving their community. During the COVID-19 pandemic, residents who were affected by the virus didn't always know who to call, so they called the men and women of law enforcement, who have always been there for us in difficult times. Police assisted neighbors in getting the help they needed, and also focused their attention on a new threat, a rise in opioid use and overdoses due to the stress of the ongoing pandemic. The Town of Hempstead thanks our law enforcement community for all of their hard work and dedication. Accepting the Frontline Hero Award on behalf of all local police officers is Nassau County Police Commissioner Patrick Ryder. When everyone else is running away from the danger, firefighters are running toward it. So when a new danger emerged in our community in the form of COVID-19, Hempstead Town's bravest kept heading in the same direction. Responding to virus-related incidents, in addition to their usual assignments and emergency calls, was not easy, but our local firefighters continued to serve during a time when we needed them most. Last year, Supervisor Clavin hosted the first in the nation drive-through Firematic Award ceremony to demonstrate our appreciation for our local firefighters. Accepting the Frontline Hero Award on behalf of all local firefighters is Richard Corbett, Chairman of the 2nd Battalion Fire District in Nassau County. Please give a round of applause for our firefighters. Before we congratulate our final honorees, the Town of Hempstead would like to recognize the efforts of the frontline healthcare heroes of Mount Sinai, South Nassau of Oceanside. In partnership with Mount Sinai, South Nassau, the Town of Hempstead established the state's first Mobile Vaccination Unit. Thanks to the efforts of these healthcare heroes, we have been able to provide over 5,000 free COVID-19 vaccines to residents, bringing the Vaxmobile to communities across America's largest township. We thank the Mount Sinai South Nassau team and all healthcare workers living and working in our township for their ongoing efforts in protecting our residents throughout the pandemic. Today's event was made possible by a very special group of people. From the operation of this screen, to the maintenance of the field on which you're seated, to the people who directed traffic, it is all thanks to the men and women of the town of Hempstead, CSEA Local 880. But today is just one small example of their hard work and dedication to residents of the largest town in America. During the COVID-19 pandemic, town employees continued to serve the public in a safe and efficient manner. Parks and beaches remained open. Garbage and recycling collection continued, and public-facing employees operated out of trailers, processed online permits and other documents, and even coordinated socially distanced and virtual marriage ceremonies. The town of Hempstead is forever grateful to its dedicated CSEA Local 880 workforce, led by President Teresa Kahutka, for working day and night to keep our town a great place in which to live, work, and raise a family. And we are proud to recognize our employees as frontline heroes.